I now call on Senator Tillis for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks again for being here, Commander Oxford and your lovely wife, Frances. And I know we talked about, I asked you where you're going to be next, and I don't think I could keep track of the number of places that you're traveling across the country, so thank you for that service and that personal sacrifice. I want to, first off, we went through the legislative priorities with the delegation from North Carolina yesterday, and we met in my office before the hearing, and I agree with and want to help all of the legislative priorities that the American Legion has put forth. I think we've got to make progress on women's health. We've got to make progress on preventing suicide, and that progress absolutely is rooted in reaching out to veterans who are not connected to the VA. In fact, I left my meeting with you and went to meet with the League of Municipalities, and I've done it with the Association of County Commissioners in North Carolina. I said, create a place where veterans can convene so that we can find these other men and women who need service, and we can provide and potentially and will save lives. So the other thing I'd like to really encourage all the members of the American Legion is to make sure that you expect every member of Congress to help you clear casework. Instead of doing what you all do, you are stubborn, you see a task and you want to complete it. Recognize many of us got elected so we could help veterans. If we're helping them, you're able to free your resources up to find the next one. So count me in, and I think every member of Congress who want to have their staff down in the state and here in Washington helping clear casework. Now I want to talk about the toxic exposures. I chair the Personnel Subcommittee on Senate Armed Services, and I've been a member of the Veterans Committee since I've been here, and I will continue to be as long as I'm in service. I think one of the things we need to do is get ahead of the next Agent Orange. We still need to do right by those who were exposed to Agent Orange, but I think there's a whole area of information that we didn't capture when men and women were serving that we've got to go back and figure out how to capture it in the VA, which will provide a better case and I think a faster track to presumptions, that age-old problem that we have when we're trying to get care to the veterans who deserve it. So we're working in my capacity on Personnel Subcommittee. We will have a hearing on what more information we can capture in the underlying health record when the man or woman is serving, and make sure that that gets transferred to the new health record so that we can even potentially predict a problem before the veteran does. We don't want to stop until we're at that level where we're calling them up and think that you need care, and we may be aware, just based on the data, we may be aware of a problem that we can get ahead of. That's the best standard of care that we should work towards, and I'll continue to work towards as long as I'm in the Senate. And the last thing I'll leave you with is on May the 9th in North Carolina, we are hosting, in cooperation with the Library of Congress, a history project where we're kind of connecting the dots on history, but we're also making it a veterans fair. We expect several hundred veterans to be there. We'll get in touch with you all to make sure that you have good representation. I'll have all of my caseworkers there, along with caseworkers from other congressional offices, to live up to what I'm telling you. We want to clear the caseload for you so you can go after the next tranche. Thank you all for your service in the past, your continued service, and God bless every one of you.
Thank you, Senator Tillis.